Hi! Hello. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Again. This always happens. I always get into a rhythm, something comes up, and I fall out of the rhythm. And then I have to do one of these. I don't have to every time, but it is worth explaining where I went. But first of all, happy 2023. I know I normally do these closer to the start of the year, and I still wanted to do one for this year because a lot happened this late in the last 12 months. So I figured I'd do this. Now, first of all, I don't know, again, I disappeared off the face of the earth again, which is pretty common for me. But there was a reason for that I couldn't get into because at the time I didn't think of doing just this. If the audio drops out in this camera, I do apologize. I hope it doesn't. Is everything still... Okay, good. Yes, everything's still going. I'm very scared because this is the first time I've tried something like this. So this microphone isn't being picked up. I've got a microphone attached to the camera that I'm using. The issue that I have is that microphone likes to drop out from time to time. So I'm praying to God that everything works and works rather well. So I had to, so last year was full on, and I'll get to last year in a minute. But the reason I haven't done anything in terms of Twitch, in terms of YouTube, is because, as you can see behind me, those are my hard drives from my computer. And I bring that up because I had to get rid of my old computer. It has served it's done its duty. It served well. It served me well for the 4 years that I had it, despite the fact that every now and then I had to update it with different components. But for the most part, everything in that computer was rather original. And if you don't know the one I'm talking about, it's the computer I built in the PC project video. I finally had a decent computer where I could do what I wanted in terms of YouTube, and I could do literally anything I could. I could edit without problems. I could live stream for the most part without problems. I could do everything I needed to, and it was perfect. It's exactly what I needed. And then last year I had to give it up because those hard drives would not read or write. They could be read, nothing could be written on them. And it became an issue, and I noticed this became an issue because in one of the videos I tried to edit and upload. It was a Rayman 3 video for Halloween, and it worked, kind of. Everything could be written and everything could be moved and all of that, but when it came to exporting the video, I couldn't do it. It got to a certain point where it would just stop, and it confused me, and I couldn't figure out why. And I was like, okay, well, let me try it with another file, let me update the software, let me do this, that, and the other. Nothing worked. And eventually I got to the point where I was like, it is an old computer. Those drives are rather old themselves. Like, all three of them, except for the solid state drive that's on the top, all three of those hard drives are the original hard drives from that computer. So I got to the point where I was like, okay, well, I need to get a new computer. And that computer that I had was fine for playing games, but I just couldn't do anything else. I couldn't, I could record, but I couldn't export, and a lot of the time when I tried to record, the audio ended up corrupt, or for some reason. So I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, so I ended up donating it to a friend of mine who's like, yeah, I can use this, and like, it's good for a home computer if that's what you're after. Like, yep, no worries. So I got that. Now I'm in the process of getting myself a new computer, and I forgot how expensive they can be. And it wasn't a case of I wanted to update the computer as I went. It was, if I wanted to upgrade again, I knew it had to be a massive thing. I had to be an overhaul. I had to restart from the beginning again, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting a whole new case, like a new chassis, new motherboard, new graphics card, a lot. I'm literally starting from square one again. But that's not to say that this channel ain't going anywhere, because like the Phoenix, it never fucking dies. So I have something that I tried out last year, which is an AverMedia Game Capture 2, which can record consoles on its own, no hesitation at all. So I'm using that, and I can still record, I can still edit on my fiance's computer. Yes, I got engaged. That's a story that I'm sure all of you have probably seen on my socials. But yeah, I can still edit and upload through their computer. and that's fine with me. I have no problem with that. So I did, and so I decided that's what I'm going to do. And it took me until literally Thursday, as of recording this, it's Sunday today, Thursday, that I was like, oh my god, why didn't I think of this sooner? I can easily do it this way. And I was like, I kicked myself all day because I didn't think about it. So, yeah, that was that. And I lost my train of thought, as is the case with me anyway. But I want to talk about last year, because last year was very, very full on. So I don't know if any of you saw on the Instagram, but I had my lowest point and my highest point in the span of 12 months. I don't know how. It baffles me that something like that can happen, but I'm happy that it did happen, because I had my car accident in January, actually around this time last year. I had my car accident in January, and then fast forward all the way to November, and I got engaged. There you go. So, don't mean to show off, but I mean, I got engaged, so I'm gonna show off. My watch needs to shut up for a minute while I do stuff. I should have done this before I started, but I'm a little bit stupid, so that's what I get, I guess. But no, it was good, and I started doing drag, and then I decided to incorporate drag into YouTube, which is what I did, and I'm gonna keep doing that. And the only reason I'm not in drag this time, like for this video, is because this is an important video that I want to discuss with you guys. I want to talk to you outside of being in drag, and I want to do videos like this more often, and not just because it's a nice break from drag content, but also because weeks get stuffy, especially in summer. But no, in all honesty, I did say initially that I wanted to do videos outside of drag, whether they're like the Reddit 50/50 video or just vlogs like this. I do want to do more like this, because it is a nice breakaway. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. Yeah, so it was a hectic year for me last year, and I'm assuming this year is going to be just as hectic, if not more so. I have said from the very beginning, I never want this channel to die. I never want to give up on this channel. I never want to leave this in the dirt with nothing. So that is why, like, I will take what I will call, well, they're not really breaks, but I'll call breaks, and then I'll come back however long it takes, because I do want to keep this going, because it is this for me is a really nice hobby to have, and I do enjoy making videos. I do enjoy editing, and you know, it's just, and incorporating drag in it lately has been like this breakthrough that I should have seen a long time ago. But it's allowed me to be me, and you know, I've always for a very long time I was in denial as to who I was. I was very much, I don't want to say repressed, but I repressed myself because of that. I didn't know who I was, and now I know. I am a drag queen, I'm transgender, and I'm pansexual, and now I'm engaged and about to get married, and that's just such a crazy thing to think about. But you know, I've worked it out, and doing a lot of things last year helped me realize that, especially being a drag queen. So yeah, I don't know how long this video is going to go for, so that's another issue that I have, is that I don't have a timer anymore. Because I used to be able to use my monitor for whatever reason and have that act as a timer, but I guess I'll just have to use my phone in that regard. But doesn't matter. There's always a workaround with these types of things. So yes, I do plan to do more videos soon. I hope to upload at least once a week, just to keep the trainer rolling. And if there's more, then there's more. And when I get my computer, I'll be able to live stream again. So that's exciting. But yeah, for the most part, I'll just be doing YouTube again. And hopefully I can get this computer sooner rather than later, because I do want to start live streaming again. I do want to interact with you guys more. And I don't just want to live stream on Twitch, I also want to do more live streams on YouTube. And you know, it's interesting, because you know, when I started this channel, admittedly, when I started this channel, I wanted it to be a career, and that was the mentality that I had for a long time. And then I watched a video a little while ago being like, if that's your intent, you've already failed. So I look at it more, especially like in the early days of the channel. I looked at it more as a hobby because it was just this nice distraction and this nice sort of way for me to be expressive, show my passion for games. And I know that sounds cliche from every gaming YouTuber that's on here, but for me that brings it in for me so much more than you guys think, because like I don't want to go into my life story because it is a bit of a downer, but you know, it is one of those things where it was, you know, games were my escape for a very, very long time. But no, and like I will shut up soon. I get distracted. I will say I never have anything of this planned. It's literally just off the cuff, what comes to mind, and I'll say it. I should probably plan these vlogs a little better. But yeah, I'm stammering because I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Oh my god. Yeah, to cut this short, I guess, I will be doing YouTube. I am figuring out what audio works and what doesn't, so audio is going to be a bit choppy. The videos are going to be a little bit, I don't want to say strange, but the quality might dip a little, only because of the capture card that I'm using. It's designed to capture HDMI, but it also old school stuff like PS2 component cables and Nintendo GameCube and all that sort of stuff. But I do want to do stuff like this. I do want to branch out into more consoles, and especially the older stuff that I grew up with, because that is such a big part of my life. And there are a couple games that I have in mind. There's two of them here. One I haven't played before ever, and the other one is one that I would constantly go back to all the time as a kid. And it was just this, it was a good game. So I am going to leave this here. If the audio has dropped, my apologies. Hopefully, if it hasn't dropped, then yay! If it has, then, well, dubbing me is gonna have a lot of fun with this. So yeah, but I guess I'll end this here, keep this as short and sweet as I can get it. Even if, I don't know how long it'll be. It feels like this is going on for half an hour, but knowing my luck. Anyway, so I'll leave this here. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for sticking with me through the last, God, how long has it been? 6 years of this channel going up and down and being consistent and then non-consistent. But all in all, thank you to every single one of you for sticking with me through the history of this channel. I honestly couldn't ask for a better audience. So I will be back sometime soon in drag, doing games, and making a fool of myself as I always do. So cheers guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! That was fun. On to the next one.